on the 24th, I'm sitting around with these ladies and we're saying, well, the Lord did say from the 24th. He didn't say on the 24th. He said from the 24th. And we were talking. I went to bed. I woke up at 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning. I go to check my account, how much I owe. Someone put $2,100 in at 10:46 p.m. Jesus loves you very much. Your days in the future are better than days in the past. Enjoy him. Zero owed. And that made my wife say, we're going to America. Because she was still in Norway, Yeah.
Wow.
So that's how I ended up entering Bethel.
And so in your book, which it's a kind of a book review, but there's a lot of you in it too. You delve into the teachings of Bethel. How did you choose which teachings to include in your book, Inspirational Teachings of Bethel?
I basically had 8 book reviews. Now, I did leave out a couple of books, and I'm not sure we did reviews on them. So basically, I understood these teachings have blessed my family. And they have connected me back to my dad. Now, I'm Jamaican background. You kids, you listen. You listen. And that meant distance. So when I was 18, I escaped to university. I was thinking either we're going to clash or I get good grades and I get out of here. My dad understood that. But I didn't say that to anyone, but that was my plan. So I found I kept distance from my background. But through the culture of honor, which is prevalent in Bethel, it's an honor culture whereby it's opposite to what you think of when you think of honor culture, you see. Honor culture is usually you think they're going to kill the woman for making a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
But the culture of honor is the opposite. We're looking for the honorable things we can say about you and about what you're doing and who you are. So you are thinking, oh, your dad, he didn't want to hurt you. He didn't know better, in fact. And and this is the case with so many people. They're acting a certain manner, not because they want to be hurtful, but because they don't know how to do it a different way. And this is the problem with habits. You develop a habit, it becomes a prison. You might not even know it's a prison, but every time this set of circumstances come up, you react in that way. And therefore, if you react in that way against me, you are not being personal. It might feel by the words you're speaking that it's personal, but you would have done it to someone else in the same context if the same circumstances had arisen. Therefore, it is not personal, it is habitual. Now, once you've understood things are habitual, then obviously you don't take it personally, so you can forgive them forever. Because you're thinking just like Jesus on the cross. Father, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. And so what happens is I come back from Bethel. The first thing that changes is instead of going up to my kids and saying, hey guys, I told you yesterday, you shouldn't bring your dishes in the bedroom and you should clear it up. And look, here it is. And I said, take it down. But we're playing that. Yeah, but I told you that yesterday and I told you that the day before. If I had understood, there's a habit, but I didn't understand. So I would maybe force them to take the dishes right now down. But I began to realize, we have to work from connection. And if I force them to take the dishes down, it causes distance. It doesn't cause us to be closer. And remember, I'm working within the limitations of who I am. So I'm not these American ideal families, which have this amazing ideal families. I'm just me. And so I go up to the room and I say, can I take your dishes for you? Yeah. Oh. Take the dishes. You've connected. You're in a better relationship. And gradually, you are building relationship. And it means that when they're 18, they're not going to run away. They're not going to want to disappear because you're letting them be empowered and you are supporting them. So this is what changed. Now, another way that works out is this. I understood when I do bad stuff, raise my voice or get angry, don't be surprised when your kids raise their voice when they get angry. In other words, they do what you do, not what you say. And I was one of the main guys in the world writing my poems back in the 1980s who was saying, how come adults do the same mistakes as kids, but the kids are not allowed to do it, but the adults punish the kids for doing it, and then they do it. I was one of the main guys writing this, you know? So I understood, even if my kids don't do what I want them to do now, if I do the right thing in front of them, at some point they will begin to do it. Because I saw them do bad things, which I did. So be sure they will do the good things. So you build on connection, not on being right. And there's only one fruit of the Spirit in the New Testament to do with control, and that's self-control. So basically, most of those book reports were the ones I'd written, and
Right.
the policy was explain what the writer wanted to say.
So you'd already written the book reports and then basically what you put the book together from the reports you'd already got. Is that how it worked?
Most of my books, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Just because I like reality.
Yeah.
It was the same with my newsletters. Sometimes when I went on missions, I went on those missions. I just put the newsletters together. Why? Because that's how it worked. It worked. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not grammatically brilliant. It's not, but it worked, right? People don't understand. People are so fixated with perfection in grammar. For example,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad that you did this because together we could create a perfectly grammatical book. It makes it much easier to promote because I'm not ashamed of misspelling the word learn, Leanr, on the second page. You
Well, it
know,
doesn't matter in an
so,
audio book how you spell it, as long as it looks.
exactly. And it gets corrected because you're working together. So it takes it to a new level of excellence. For example, if I had 10 spelling mistakes in one of those book reports in a written form, that could turn someone off the book completely.
Yeah.
They could be
In
reading
a
it
written book.
and just
Yeah.
say, I don't trust
Yeah.
this writer.
Yeah.
He don't even know how to spell. How can he give me advice? But what people don't get is this. There's not a single perfect biblical manuscript on planet Earth. There is not a single perfect biblical manuscript on planet Earth. Every time they have to get together, the scholars, and they have to look and say, okay, what do you think is here? And then they put together this perfectly translated, grammatically perfect English translation.
Yeah.
And they think that that's what was underneath. No,